Now to tonight's developing news, a popular Springfield restaurant closing their doors for the time being following the passing of a beloved chef who also had a notable presence in the community. That turns us over to Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson, live in studio with more on the legacy he leaves behind. Addie.
That's right, Amanda. Certainly a sad day for many in Springfield. The new Mamu restaurant is now closed until further notice, as staff say they're mourning the profound loss of a family member.
Well-known Springfield chef and restaurateur Wayne Hooker has died at the age of 70. For over 2 decades, Hooker ran the long-standing Big Mamu restaurant on Liberty Street in Springfield. The restaurant, known for its lively atmosphere, southern hospitality, and bold Cajun cuisine. Hooker being one of the only chefs in Springfield bringing in the taste of New Orleans. While the original Liberty Street location closed during the pandemic in 2020, Chef Wayne's legacy is now being carried on by new restaurant, the Mamu, located on Worthington Street in Springfield. It's being run by Chef Ivan Felix, who was trained by Hooker himself. Following news of his passing Tuesday, several community members were mourning the loss of Chef Wayne on social media. Folks commenting on our Facebook post saying he was larger than life. Rest in power, Chef. Springfield lost a great man. My condolences to his family and loved ones. I'm so proud of how he showcased Creole culture through his amazing food. May he rest in perfect peace. Springfield Mayor Dominic Sarno also releasing a statement following Hooker's passing, saying in part, "My sympathy, thoughts, prayers, and encouragement go out to his family and friends and the multitude of dedicated patrons. Chef Wayne was not only a great chef and restaurateur, but a huge personality and big promoter of our city of Springfield."
Again, Mamu restaurant on Worthington Street in Springfield is closed until further notice. Reporting live.